75 years in the ag business is tough. There's companies that don't last 10. It's quite a milestone. And there's been a lot of folks that have helped us and has been a part of this journey.
Unverferth Manufacturing Company Incorporated, Kalida, Ohio, producer of unique and innovative farm equipment, is known for listening and responding with the kinds of equipment to make your farming operation more profitable.
Agriculture has changed so dramatically, and it's going to continue to change dramatically in the next 20 and 50 years.
It's grown from small equipment to large equipment.
It is expanding so quickly what can be done and the capabilities.
You have to be developing new products that farmers want and have a need for, and will make them more efficient.
Unverferth has the best engineering design and the best durability.
Unverferth's top of the line. Good people, good equipment. We have had a relationship with Unverferth for 3 generations.
I've been dealing with Unverferth since 1993.
1971, 72, somewhere in that time frame.
Long as I can remember.
It's been a long time.
I've had some pieces of Unverferth equipment for somewhere between 35 and 40 years.
Been around Unverferth equipment forever.
Been working with Unverferth equipment since the early 80s.
Unverferth for getting tongue-tied. I've worked with Unverferth since 1956.
We're all the spoke in the wheel, and if one of those spokes break, the wheel doesn't turn as good as it should.
Successful farms have their families involved. The same thing at Unverferth Manufacturing.
Anybody can sell you something when that machine gets used year after year after year that will matter the most.
The industry is always changing. How we handle our people, how we handle our customers, that's how we move forward for the next 75 years.
This is what we get for living so long. Yeah. Now, what did I tell you before? Rather get old than not get old.
Dad asked me if I wanted a little job. I would have to take the nuts off the bolts, and I would get 2 cents a box. So that's when I started. So that would be probably about 1947, I guess.
It was the LG Unverferth Manufacturing. And then Richard came from the Navy.
You talk about a man of integrity, a member of the greatest generation. He was able to start a company with his father from nothing.
It's a great place to work. We've got great people here. We continue our legacy that Dad and my grandpa started in 1948.
My grandpa, LG, was a thinker. He was an inventor. He was a tinkerer. He wasn't much of a businessman, but that's where Dad took over.
He was an incredible man, period, but he was an incredible businessman. Just to have that sightfulness to see how this needs to take place and what steps need to be taken to make everything happen.
Dad used to jump in the car and he'd be gone for weeks on end.
He would pile up his old van and away he'd go. He'd go out and sell.
If he had to drive all the way to Texas to sell the product, that's what he did.
He was always big on helping the farmer be more efficient and working smarter.
The first offering was a control lever for a Massey Harris combine. That's what started it in the early days, in the late 40s.
The significant things that come to mind were my grandpa's invention of the dual wheel. It's standard today on a tractor, but back then, unheard of.
I think Dick could see the future there. He started manufacturing those.
There's many times you had to help paint the hubs that we sold, which were bolt-on hubs, and everything I owned to wear had red paint on it.
Dick was so smart in how he went about and did things. He waited, he was patient, he knew the products that could produce.
Seems like we were always adding on buildings and and adding new products, so there was never a dull moment.
It was unbelievable how the growth went. It was one little building with an office, and then it became 2 offices and 3 more buildings, and before you knew it, we were buying companies in other locations.
1988, we purchased Brent in Shell Rock.
Brent came through with additional innovation and additional reliability.
That got us into the large grain handling. Large grain handling then was a 500 bushel cart.
They've grown from probably like 500 bushels to 2,000 bushel.
They had the wherewithal to take a product line and make it what it is today.
That was a very timely purchase. And likewise, Kill Brothers Company,
which is another grain handling line. Following Kill Brothers, we purchased Top Air, and Top Air brought us into the sprayer business. They had the Parker grain handling line, so there's another line of carts out there.
Blue Jet was the last acquisition. That has been a very good addition.
If you're not growing, you're dying, right? That's always been our philosophy.
When Unverferth takes on a line, they put their name on it, and that means something.
When I go to trade shows, the customers either got a piece of our equipment, or the biggest compliment is that he doesn't own one of the Unverferth pieces, but his neighbor does, and his neighbor says he really likes it.
The side dress machines that Unverferth makes have changed our industry.
They are built heavy. They set the standard in the industry.
We stay with Unverferth because of the options available. Newly engineered products and products that will hold up.
Having the confidence in that piece of equipment that we can go out there and run it for 18 or 20 hours a day for 7 or 10 or 15 days of that season. My grandfather, my father, and myself have been around the equipment. We've been comfortable with it. We've built that relationship with Unverferth.
Farmers are under pressure with their input costs. If there's a product that we can develop that can help make the farmer more efficient is just extremely important.
When we think about an Unverferth machine, we think about a machine that's engineered well and does the job that it was asked to do, and that it's also durable and stays in the field as you had hoped.
If we can't have a quality product that does that consistently, they're going to go to somebody else.
Anybody will take a chance one time. It's when they come back to you and they've had that good experience where they want to work with the company and want to work with you over and over again that really lets you know that you're doing the right thing.
it's interesting. We didn't have a lot of high-paying people that helped develop the products. A lot of the ideas came from our salesmen, the territory managers. It came from ideas of people in the plants. Dick could almost walk through the plant and know everyone.
It was very common for him to go out and walk around in the shop, and he just talked to them. It was very, very family-oriented.
You will see Larry on any given day walking through the facility, checking in with his people.
It is a part of them, and that's what we want. We want them to feel like this business is a part of them just as it is ours.
You can have the greatest facility, the newest technology, and if you don't have great people, you're not going to put great product out the door.
You can have that building sitting there, but nothing's going to happen unless you got employees that come to work and care and do a good job.
They truly are our most valuable asset. We could not do this without them. We would not be here today without the great employees that we have. That's kind of shaped the mindset of giving back to the community.
I feel that's one of our greatest accomplishments. We have continually and successfully made acquisitions in other communities and have had positive impacts in all of those communities.
The expansions mean a lot to us as a community.
The Unverferth company and the family is just top notch. When we need things done in the county, Unverferth is right at the top of the list of people that we reach out to.
They want a good community for themselves as well as their employees.
You see all these flowers around here, you would not believe what it costs to replace them every year. Donations like Unverferth keep this place a beautiful garden.
Baseball's been a very, very important part of this community, and this is well past needing help.
Once you get Unverferth involved, it helps lead the way. It helps paves the way for others to say, yeah, let's go too.
And Larry stepped right up, and I'm glad that Larry and his family jumped on board with us and helped push this thing through.
We had a major fundraiser for a new emergency services building or fire station in Shell Rock.
The station we were in was too small, and we needed to expand to this. So it was a large project to undertake, and we needed all the financing we could.
Unverferth made a nice donation to support that.
To have someone like that in our backyard is kind of incredible. Unverferth agreed to be a pillar of the YMCA. They're giving to so many people that we help in this facility.
And this gets unseen by a lot of folks. They allow their employees, they encourage their employees to get involved in their communities.
Help make your world a better place, make your community a better place, and it means a lot.
Their workers, their family members are some of the first to volunteer to help out.
Parks, the schools, the churches will never really fully understand all the lives that have been touched, but it truly has had to have been a magnitude over the 75 years.
Their legacy will be here for generations.
Community, employers, and customers, and family. Those are the four things that come to mind when I think of Unverferth Manufacturing.
Only good companies make it 75 years.
A company that's been in business 75 years, number one, has to do things right.
It's amazing what has happened in 75 years. It's hard to believe this has come this far.
I would say what my dad always said, machines and buildings don't make a company, it's the people.
It was just like I started yesterday and then I was retiring. And that was 47 and a half years I was there.
My father and mother would be very proud of what's happened.
The company was built on taking care of farmers. That's what we learned from Richard Unverferth.
I take great pride in taking what he has developed and trying to make it better.
I think that he would be amazed with the group of people that we have in place right now in all of our positions of what we can accomplish.
He would be excited. He would be proud of what we've done. For sure. And he'd also say, well, we need to look at the next 75 years.